See if anybody follow me to the new one. This is a new one. Well, anybody can start with a question. What I'm going to do some more stuff on is, what's going on now, in the economy is going to change, and for the better or worse. I mean, we are so far behind, and the government's spent like $3 trillion already, and it expects to spend another. Oh, Amy, there you are. Nice. And Anna, good. So I guess somebody, but really start preparing for when this stuff is over. I mean, there's two things. I guess there's two things in life you got to do is pay for your living expenses as they're going. Uranus, that's nice. That's a wonderful name. Peralta, that's sweet. You got to keep your soul together and pay your bills and daily stuff. That's what we're all responsible to do. And then, to me, it's like, okay, how do you take care of that? And then also keep in your mind somehow about a longer range game plan. Because now, particularly now, so many people, we got 25% unemployment already, something like that, 25%. So that's a big thing. Now, I don't know, the CBO, Congressional Budget Office. This is a bipartisan group on Capitol Hill. They just came out with, hi, William, Lon Galen. I don't know where that. Okay, so the CBO, Congressional Budget Office, just came out with a forecast. And they don't believe that we will make up what we lost for, it'll take 10 years to get back to that point. 10 years. So now the economy is shrinking, right? So we have 40 million people out of work, or 20 million, whatever the hell that number is now, but a lot of people. And we already went in debt for $3 trillion. Now they expect that in 10 years, we're going to be we're going to lose like $7 to $8 trillion. I don't know what the hell that is. Nobody does. But that's a lot of goddamn money. Yeah. And so in the economy, so we're losing that. So everybody, it's going to be tough for a long time. I mean, we were fat there until this happened. And I don't know if that was a Ponzi scheme or what. I got an MBA in economics and stuff like that, and I still don't understand that. And everybody is guessing. But there are certain people that have leverage on this, people like the Federal Reserve Bank. I mean, they print money, and I don't know how long we could do that. They think we could keep doing that because they're thinking of another stimulus package, too. So whether that happens or how that happens, I feel living in this society, you have to keep track of that. What I would do right now, if I were you, is set up Google searches. So I don't know if you know how to get a daily announcement from Google. You put in a keyword. You put in a keyword like, and I would use the word COVID, COVID, COVID grants. That then, or COVID, you have trouble paying rent, COVID rent grants. Put in a bunch. You could put in as many as you want, so that anytime anybody on the internet comes out with a new grant on that, you're going to be notified, because a lot of these grants are just X number of dollars and then it's gone. Okay, so you want to keep up on them. And then for COVID small business, if you have a small business, so and then put rent, small business, another one for mortgage. And to see what programs are coming along that you could get to the head of the line to try to apply for these. See, and this is what the data is. I mean, you're going to get a lot of junk, but when you're looking at these programs, remember, and you've heard me say this before, you only look for websites that are .gov or .org. None of us, and even me, are not sophisticated enough to be able to tell if a .com is just after your money or not. You know for sure, well, not positive, but you're 99% sure that if it's a .com, if it's a .org, O-R-G, or a .gov, G-O-V, they're here to provide something to somebody else and not expect money back. Because a .org is somebody who got grant money from the government or a foundation, decide, okay, we know people need a lot of rent money or something, or a lot of daycare. We're going to get grants to provide free daycare to people, or get grants to provide free this for people, or get grants to provide something. And they're the .org people. So that's why when you put in these Google search terms, so you get a daily list of everything that is maybe help you pay your rent. Now, if you put in COVID rent assistance right now, you're going to see so much stuff. It's local. See, a lot of these things are they're the IRS was national, the PPP was national for business, but most of the stuff is really going to be local. Your county, your state, your city, or a local nonprofit that lives near you that wants to help their neighbors. Like right now, there's people. I did a video today. If you remember, you could see it on how they're giving free meals to seniors from local restaurants. So local restaurants are delivering meals 3 times a day to seniors. That's astounding to me. It's not some packaged meal that somebody's making in their basement or something like that. No, these are top quality stuff given to seniors and it's during the COVID thing. Because seniors are more susceptible to dying and can't get around and all this kind of stuff. So they're getting grant. Part of it is from government grants. Other part of it is from state grants to do this. Now, it may or may not be where you live. That's the whole thing with this. See, and so many people, see, when I talk about a program, it may or may not work for you where you live, because we live in such a big country. But the reason I talk about it, even though it may not work for you, is because that's the kind of stuff that's out there. See, we have such limited minds. Me, myself, when I started trying to start this business all over again about 10 years ago, man, it took me years to really figure it out, and then almost 10 years. Because I had all this old stuff in my mind about how I used to make money. I couldn't do that anymore. And it took me a long time to bang it out of my head to learn the new stuff. That's what we all have to do, is learn that stuff. It's only through trial and error is the best way. You cannot learn to swim with me telling you, you just get in the water and you do this and then you do this. You got to get your ass in the water. And that's the only way you're going to learn, right? So don't think you're going to learn by talking to some expert or whatever. Oh, let's say who we have. D, nice to see you. D. Kelly Smith, wonderful. Patricia Lane, I believe I'm finally here. I believe you're finally here. I see you there. Paul, Milan, hi, hail from down south. How far down south are you, Paul? Yeah, and tell you the truth, I appreciate every one of you people who ask me for help. I want to try to help as much as I possibly through every working awake hour I have in the day, because when I see, if you go to the testimonials on Let's Go Help, you'll see like somebody just said they saved $10,000 for dental care. I knew that phone number I could have given them 10 years ago. Yeah. But we couldn't match. That's what's nice about this. It's a place that I've been sitting and studying this stuff for 30 or 40 years, how long it is, and maybe something could help you. I can't promise that it's going to help. I don't know. Nobody knows for sure. And the only people that can guarantee it is the people handing out the money. I cannot guarantee you'll get anything. I can guarantee that these are real programs and they help people, whether it's you or not. It's sort of like, I know this girl is single and she's looking to date. Now, whether she's going to date you or not, it's up to you two. And that's, I really feel I have nothing better to do with my life. And you guys are giving me such wonderful feedback. I've sold millions and millions and millions of books, and I've never gotten feedback like I do now from you people one-on-one on Let's Go Help. It is really a wonderful gift you give me, and I think it's, maybe I'm old or something and I've done a whole lot of stuff, but man, this is better than I think anything before. I think because I was chasing more things for fame or all that kind of stuff we get hung up at, like me being a New York Times bestseller twice. Man, I flunked English in college, but that was like being on Mars. But that helped. And what happened? Something like that. Well, I call on my friends, tell them I'm on the New York Times bestseller list. Then I got to go to work tomorrow. And that's what we're here. We're here to give our services, what we have, to other people in the community. Teresa, yes. Okay. Now, here's what you do. You need dental in Honolulu. Okay. I'll send you the report, the same report I send, but I have it for Honolulu or Hawaii. And you go to discussion. You start a new discussion and say, hey, where is the dental care? Maribeth. Okay. You too, Maribeth. Go to the discussion. Start a new discussion, because Facebook is so complicated. If you ask a question like in this, it gets lost. It's a question within a question within a question within. It looks nice as you're going through it, but to make sure I get it and get it answered for you is to start a new discussion, because I won't let it go into everybody else until I look at it. I have to approve your question and give you an answer. Then it goes on for other people to look at that question and use the answer also, and then say, hey, let's go, you're wrong. You're full of bananas. You gotta have this over here. I don't know everything, and that's what I love about this, that you people are helping other people looking for housing repairs the same way. How to pay off your mortgage. It's not going to be easy, but there are programs to help those things. And that's what you have to do. Now, see, everybody wants, this is the other thing. You have to get out there and start researching and looking at options. See, every program I send you is not to solve your problem. They don't sit there and say, hey, okay, Nikita wants to pay off her mortgage. Well, why don't we set up a program here for Nikita to pay off her mortgage? No, they don't. They have some other thing in mind that can be used to pay off mortgage. And what you have to do, and what I try to show you, hey, look at this program. This may be able to help you. See if you could bend it, to help you, That's what you have to do. And it's sort of like, to have a room full of people who want to go out, but they may or not want to go out with you. So you got to get that room full of people first. Otherwise, you go to Google and you say, I want to pay off my mortgage. Okay, what are you going to get right now if you go to Google and want to pay off your mortgage? You're going to get 99% of the people, and you'll get 1 million, you'll get 20 million, you'll get 100 million people that are banks. Somebody wants to sell you money to pay off your mortgage. And the way you're only going to see them is because they advertise in Google. They think, okay, people will need to refinance their thing and blah, 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 and they figure out who's looking for money that they could sell. And you'll see, and you'll think that's only your option, is to buy this money from that company or whatever. And see, these other people that I show you don't advertise. Can I get a PPP for both loan for both my companies? So do you have more than one company? I guess you have more than one company. You can. And by the way, the PPP money, the last time I checked, is still there. Just a couple of days ago, they had over $100 billion left to give out. So apply to that PPP money. And I'll show you dozens and dozens of other sources too that you could use if that doesn't work out. But apply. And also when you apply, try to find a small bank. It looks like the small banks, and there's something called community banks. Community banks. Teresa, nice to see you again. Juliet Lemon, hi from New York. Is that New York City or upstate somewhere? Not sure what to ask when you call these places. That's a good point, Kelly, because I do it all the time, so it's second nature to me. What you say, shit, I need help, man. and the more human you can talk to these, you don't know what they have. And that's why don't say, hey, I need a grant to pay off my mortgage. They'll say, shit, we don't have anything like that. And they're probably right, but they probably have something else that will work. That's why if you don't know what you're looking for, just say, hey, I have mortgage problems. Is there anything there that could help me? See, you think that if somebody writes you a check for $200,000, you'll solve your mortgage problems, of course. But that's not going to be out there. Well, it may be, but it's going to take you forever to find it. So you want to go to people that are in the business of helping people with mortgages and find out what they have. Hey, what the hell do you have that helps people? Well, what we're able to do is just cut the interest rates down. Well, shit, if you cut the interest rates down to zero, you only pay half your mortgage. Half the mortgage you pay is interest. Yeah. So if somebody, that's right, Habitat for Humanity, if you get a house through them, you get a mortgage like everybody else, but there's 0% interest. So instead of paying $1,500 a month, the mortgage, you're only paying $750 a month. See, I mean, it's too complicated out there. See, you think like I know, or I think I know, but we don't. The world is too complicated. You have to see what's going on out there. You have to be a researcher. You have to be, kicking around and seeing opportunities. You have to talk to 100 women before you find the right one. You just can't sit home and draw, set up a spreadsheet of a woman you want, and go out and looking, and and by the end of the night you got nothing, and some midget will walk in and you fall in love and it's all over. And they weren't on the list. That's why you have to go out and see what's available. Oh, I need $50,000 to start a business. Sure. But that's going to be hard. You want to do that? Or do you want to go out and say, hey, how can you help me start a business? And then they say, well, we could help you get customers. Oh, hey, well, maybe I don't have to spend marketing if you're going to help me get customers, right? So I don't need the $50,000. Or, there's 1,000 ways to do things in life. There's not only one way, and the one way we have in our head is because we don't know anything else. And that's why you have to get out and get information. Get input. You have to get input. That's the only way to get ahead nowadays, because everything in their mind now, it doesn't work. We have ways that we think will solve the problems, and that's not going to work. Hi, from Washington State. Want to learn about startup business grants. Okay, now there's a bunch of places to start in Washington State for startup business grants, startup business grants that may or may not work for you. But the way you do that, and see, it all depends on the kind of business or who you are and what background it is, and there's other ways to do it. So just I need help starting a business. That's what you start with. Okay, and you go to places like your Small Business Development Center and just tell them the idea, the kind of help you have, you're not sure the best way to finance or anything like that. Just be very open and flexible, because you need data on what's out there. You can't go out and say, I want a woman who's 5'6", weighs 113 pounds, and brown hair and green eyes. And no, that ain't going to work. I mean, it may get late. It's just going to take you forever. And maybe never. And if you're closed mind because that's the only thing you want, you won't be open enough to see, wow, I never thought of a person like that. God, she's terrific. It's not on my spreadsheet. Should I find out more or not? Of course, because you'll never find that spreadsheet. We're all taught to build a spreadsheet, and go out and fill in the blanks. That's why business plans are bullshit. If somebody asks a business plan, fine, you give them a business plan. If someone's going to give you money, but they ask for it, you do it. That's what you do. I would not be so bad if the resources were limited here in South Carolina, but I am trying almost every day. Oh, yeah, I know, Nikita. Well, if you're running and banging your head against the wall and getting nothing, banging your head against the wall and getting nothing, banging your head against the wall and getting nothing. Okay, you finally learned. Maybe you don't know everything, maybe you don't, but maybe now you have to change the game. Okay, so what would you do to change that game? Well, maybe what you want to do, okay, the name of the game, starting a business, getting a grant, is getting money, right? Getting income. You got to live with something, okay? Now, to me is, hey, Ruth, thanks for being here. To me, Nikita, is that you want to learn how to get income. Okay, if you can't get money, you can't get this, can't get that. Okay, you have a body, you have a mind. Okay. How can this thing get you income? Okay. Well, one way is you could go out and get a normal job. Okay. Well, that's a pain, right? And it's not flexible and things like that. But you may want to do that for a while. And how do you do that? Well, you don't have training. Okay, well, maybe you want to get trained to find out how to get money, to get trained to get a job with a decent income. Where do you go do that? You go to your state one stop. They have training money. That's where to start. So maybe for 6 months, you go to local community college and you become a sleep apnea therapist. That's somebody, we have people who can't sleep and they go into these rooms and people watch them sleep to help them sleep and they train you for 6, 8, 10, 12 months or whatever it is to get a decent job like that. So that's one way. But see, another way, now that's a job and it's limited and things like that, is to find out, okay, what can I sell? What can I get money for without costing you money? See, you don't have money, so don't go out and borrow money or do anything to try to make money. The thing is, you don't do anything except try to get money. And that's why what's interesting to me is the gig economy. You could start putting yourself on 15 platforms that this is what you do. Maybe like I was talking to a member, a Let's Go Help member, who's a barber. Okay. And she's out of business. She cuts men's hair, out of business. Because I said, well, here, why don't you do this? This costs no money, and you could be a barber by teaching, like here, I haven't had a haircut. I should get a haircut maybe once a month or something like that. I've been cutting my own, and my wife helps me, okay? And I find it. I got a shaver with some beard trimmer stuff in it, and it's not bad. My wife does the other. Now, I was telling her, okay, here's what you do. You have, let's see, well, how did I frame it? Something like cut your lover's hair. How to cut your lover's hair. So she could have a thing on Facebook or YouTube or something, how to cut your lover's hair. And you give the simple tips of helping women cut their boyfriend's hair. Or the other way around. Or here's what I get, lover's haircut party. So, you find a salon that's not open late at night, and Saturday night you have haircuts for lovers. And you teach couples how to cut each other's hair. In a party, you charge them $50 to $100 or something like that. And they learn the basics of cutting hair. I mean, it's all like, clippers and stuff. Some won't be perfect and designed, but what the hell, you get by, I mean, the guy who's on CNN, he was talking about how he cut his own hair and chopped it up and things like that. There's a guy making millions of dollars on CNN doing it. So, but see now even though your skill is being a barber, you're now in the entertainment business and you're creating an event for people. This is why, and I did that from my run this morning. Was my topic was crazy cells. So I think we live in an era now that your crazy idea is the best thing you have, because the experts are telling you what didn't work or what did work and that doesn't work anymore. So forget it. Or they'll tell you how to make something work, but it's going to cost you money. You got to just spend $50,000 a month on this and you'll be a millionaire. Well, fuck, you don't have to $50,000, right? Okay. This, like put a haircut for lovers party, costs you nothing. Yeah. And maybe you get 10 people there, you get $1,000. Yeah. So that's what is interesting to me. So that's how you have to think. You have to think differently, because the old stuff doesn't work. And so it's looking, and that's why. And it's trusting your heart. And see, what's the greatest thing of all of this is that when you do stuff like this, it's fun. It's fun. And so number one, you got something now that's fun. When was the last job you had that was fun? So you're doing something that's fun. You're maybe going to make money at it, but you probably won't, because you'll have to fail at doing a bunch of that. So your other option is you try to find $50,000. Somebody can convince you this is the way you have to make money. You give them $50,000 and you made 20 and you're out $30,000. Yeah. That's the way it works. That's why in the beginning of something, I think, man, I don't spend any money on advertising until I know for sure what the hell works. So that's why here, that's what's so nice. Now I'm starting to spend money on advertising because I found out after years of screwing around what works. So that's why if you have something in your heart that you really would like to do something long term, you find out this other thing, these other ways of getting some training to get a decent job for income, get some training to do a gig economy work, what you could get that's very flexible, so that you could work on something like that part-time. Are you a grant god? We are so blessed to have you. Oh, that's nice, Trina. Too Much Fun by Commander Cody and his Lost Planet Airman. But I think that, and I don't know about you or your life or whatever. My life is, man, I'm very spoiled, but it's still a pain in the ass. Life, I don't know what it is, our expectations of what it should be or anything, but it's all about failure. It's just going through one failure to another. And that's why it's a numbers game. And that's why trying to find a lot of money to do something, to me, is not good unless you have money to waste. If you have money to waste, fine. You spend it any you want. If you don't have money, you're going to waste all your energy trying to find money to do something. And it's not going to work out, because it's going to take a long time to figure out what really works. And sure, there's salesmen out there that will convince you just buy this and you'll be a millionaire. And that's bullshit. Maybe there's an outlier somewhere who's done it, and that's what advertising is about. But it doesn't work, most of the time. And that's why the fun is learning. You're taking somebody else's stuff and trying to make money with that. They made money with that. The fun is you growing in your way, you contributing something unique and special in you that the rest of us did. My biggest advantage in life is that my first two businesses failed. I had a MBA in computers. Back in the 70s, I had a software company that failed. This is before Bill Gates. Thank God it failed, because I found through failure what the hell I really should be doing. And this is it. This is why now I feel, God, I may have 15, 20 more years just to do this. There's nothing excites me more than to think that people could take something I know and help their life. What else do we have in life to do except help each other? It's a business to me so much as screwing somebody else. It's a zero-sum game, but it doesn't have to be. There's a little bit of that maybe you got to put up with. It's really a mixture. Everything in life is really in the middle. Did you post in the group before somehow I can look into some trading to get paid, trying to get something started asset? Yes, Nikita, let me show you all the stuff on the gig economy stuff and just start signing up. You sign up to 20, 30 of these places and you have to work your butt off, but it costs no money. And then you start it and it'll grow. You'll see, and that will tell you, getting feedback, not from me, but from out there. People who are throwing money into these things, that's the feedback you want. And that's what we're all here, to get the feedback, to improve our lives, make it better. What's in most of our lives are in our heads. Oh, training. Yes. Okay. Training. Yeah. Nikita. Yeah. Tell you need training for South Carolina, right? Is that where you are? Yeah. So start a new discussion for training in South Carolina. Where the hell did I go? Because besides the career one stop, what you want to do, Nikita, and it'll be in the report I send you, will be you want to go to 211.org and put job training for your zip code. And there you'll find a lot of nonprofit organizations that train people for careers. Okay. Now, the problem is you want to do more than just look at what the career you want. No, you don't want to do that. You want to do your research. You want to do your ditch digging. You want to do your groundwork. The groundwork is, if you have 20 organizations that give job training there, your groundwork is for you to grow and to find out what's best for you to grow in job training. Call every one of those 20 organizations. Call every one of those 20 organizations and ask what they have. That you're interested in a new career, need training, and just see what they have. When they describe what they have, and you don't think, I don't want to do colonoscopies all my life, whatever it is, you don't want to do it. What you do is that, hey, where do you think I should go to find out something else or something more that you want to do? So maybe you want to do IT work or something like that, or something in healthcare. Well, after they tell you what's available there, don't call up and say, I want to do IT work. No. Because what they have may be better. You never even thought about it. It's sort of like, I want to date a blonde. Well, you may have the prettiest looking redhead you've ever seen. If you say blonde, they're not going to show them to you, right? So that's why when you call them up, say, hey, I'm looking for job training. I need training so I get a better job, stuff like that. That's all you want to say. And listen to what they have. If it takes going to see them, you go see them. The more you can go see somebody, the more you're going to get out of this stuff. Then, if you think that you never in your life want to do what the hell they want to train you to do, that's when you say, hey, can you suggest somewhere? I'm interested more in something that's more people-oriented or whatever. Oh, yeah, somebody's starting a thing that won't be here till next month, but they're starting it over at... They're in that business. They know stuff like that before it happens. You're going to wait till it's, it's 6 months old. No, that's not an opportunity. You got to get there 2-3 months before it happens. And that's how you do that. Otherwise, if you're waiting for it to come and knock on your door, it ain't going to happen. Does that make sense, Nikita? It's tough. We all want to just go on the internet. Oh, here's the application. I'll fill that out. Wait to get the money. It takes more effort than that. It does. Real estate funding, DC investment. Jason, okay, just start a new discussion and say, I think I have an extra report I could send you just on all the money programs. I was running this morning, a guy stops me running and said, "Hey, I saw you yesterday. I wanted to stop you, but you ran too fast." Trying to make me feel good. And he was redoing his house, so he's looking for that. So I told him the places to check and things like that, and then I gave him my email address to check it. But it was in D.C. That's why I say. So I'll send you that list. But I think I have it. Now, it's going to be about 400 pages, yeah. Because it's not only you want to go, oh, I just want a grant to buy a house. No, you got to look through all this nonsense about real estate and look and study and see how you can make that work for you, okay? And that's what you have to do. You don't know the questions to ask. So you just give general nature, try to find it, and then try to use it, yeah. That's what it's all about. Mm-hmm. Okay, guys, listen, I got a lot of questions to answer. So you know how this works. You go to discussion and say, hey, let's go. Okay, I need job training for Montgomery, Alabama. Yeah, okay, tell me, I'll show you the sources. Well, I need dental care for this. I want you to start a business here. I need to buy a house here. This guy's screwing me over. Is there any legal help? Yes, how to do that, yeah. And take a look on the left-hand side under testimonials. That will give you ideas too about the kind of help. See, the problem is, and that's why I started wearing the question mark suit, and now I start wearing the hearts, because I think the heart is more important. You hear me talk now. I wouldn't talk like this 20 years ago. Yeah, but my heart's in it so much now. And if my heart's not in it, I don't want to be there. It's with a personal relationship or a professional relationship. If I can't have my heart in it, that's just a wasted life to me. But there's things you have to do. You have to, take care of yourself first. And that means doing shitty jobs for as long as it takes till you get out of that shitty job to start building something that you can put your heart into. And that's what it's all about. Okay, guys, so discussion, that's where it is. Start a new question, because I got lots to fill, and I just want to keep doing it. It may take me 48 hours to get to you. And if you don't get the answer in 48 hours, then you do it again. Say, hey, let's go, you old fart. You didn't answer me yet. Because maybe it got lost or anything. This Facebook thing is a can of worms in a way. But it's the best thing that's out there, I find, to work with. So we're going to stay here for certainly quite a ways yet. Okay. Well, thank you again for putting up with me, and I appreciate every one of you for just accepting what I do, or giving me an opportunity to try to help you. Peace.